Thanks, Randy, for the resub. Happy resub day, everybody. Happy Wednesday, also known as far and wide across the world as... Thanks, Lori, for the resub.
A hype train is close.
Oh, my goodness. Give me some bits. Give me that hype train. We have a hype... Oh, my God. Lindsay. Happy resub day, y'all.
Oh, my goodness. 33 months for Lori.
Donate some bits, Kristen.
30 months for Lindsay.
Oh, my God.
My goodness. I don't have any bits.
You know, get some bits. Donate.
I gotta spend money to give it to myself.
Yes.
It's the weirdest thing.
Give me a hype train.
A hype train is close.
Hype train. Well, it's a hell of a way to start a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I gave you all my bits when you said you were quitting Twitch. I know. Yeah,
I know.
Well,
I know.
Well, that might be happening again.
Yeah.
So let's hold on to those. Anyway, so hi everybody. Welcome into the. Can I talk now? Are we good? Did anybody else get a resub? Oh, Randy.
Oh, Randy, stop. No.
Oh, Randy.
We're just kidding.
Can we get a hype train on it?
No.
Come on.
Don't really care. We don't have the hats or anything anymore. It's a mess.
I can go get them. I know where they are.
You do?
Yeah.
Where are they?
They're
you have them close by?
Yeah, I know exactly where they are. I keep the hats close by in case of a hype train catching up on us. I don't know if I have the buttons working anymore, though.
I know. That's the
It's
thing.
been so long. So long
we kind
since
of
we've had like a hype
stop
train.
it. Come on. We just like abandoned everything. They were like, who cares anymore?
It's true. Yeah, do I have the buttons?
I don't know. There's some
features there. I have that button.
We have one more thing to.
What does it need?
I don't know. It's we've met one of the 2 requirements for hype train.
Yeah, we needed the bits, and then we got the subs.
I don't know.
Like someone to follow, or like maybe donate some more bits. I don't know.
Who cares?
Anyways.
Yeah, what were you saying about what day it was today?
So today is a very special day in the Nick and Kristen world. It is What Up Wednesday. Did we get a hype train?
Yeah, we got a hype train.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right, see
and
if
Randy
you have all the stuff.
It's level 2. Oh, we're already level 2. Ooh, hype train started. Here we go.
Oh.
All aboard the mother hype train.
You do have it.
They do have the buttons, though.
Where's the hats?
Oh, yeah, the hats.
Go get the hats. Hello. Came in to talk about the Titanic thing. No, whatever. Oh! I'll take that. Yeah. Got a little strappy. A little strappy poo.
Hype train hats.
Oh, God. Randy, no, come on, guys.
Welcome to the hype train. It's been, I can't even remember the last time we got a hype train. It's been so long.
I don't know. But
not to say anything about you, but we don't ask for like stuff.
Yeah, this isn't really a thing we.
I wish this little train was on the other side of this
Why do you
thing.
look like a little child in that hat? Doesn't he look like a little boy?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our, what's not offensive?
My name is Nick, and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
Looks like my head shrunk.
In a shrill voice. Yeah, you look like you're from Toy Story.
Yeehaw! Only I'm glad.
Level 5.
Oh my God, what's happening?
What is going on?
Randy, you gifted a bunch of subs?
Yeah, Randy,
What'd you do?
don't.
Randy.
Yeah, no, we don't
Thank
have
you.
to do any of that. We're just messing
Oh my
around.
God, 10
Why
subs.
did you give me a sub?
Because you don't sub here.
I don't sub you.
I don't
Why
know why you
would
don't
I do
subscribe to our
that?
own channel. I don't know.
Why I follow our channel? I'm not gonna
That's true.
subscribe to it.
You do.
I'm not gonna give $5 so I can get 3 back. That's not a good idea.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the hype train.
Now you look like a blind cowboy.
I see you coming around these parts. You want
Hi,
to say?
Electrifying Radio. We're
You got
having a hype
something to say?
train right now currently.
It's off to a great start. First thing first, hype train in the house. There's only like 5 people watching, which is kind of insane. Who wasn't?
Jason.
Of course not. Not everybody bailed on us. Like, I don't know what the... Yeah, like, you look like an adorable hot cowgirl. Like, yeah, exactly. And I look like a dork.
You do look like a dork.
Like, it's just like...
Well, hats aren't becoming on you.
Like,
well, they are. They're
look
cute.
like
They round out your head.
I look like a fat tourist on, like, the stupid Disney cruise. What's the Disney thing?
The Jungle Cruise?
The Jungle Cruise. I look like I'm like a... What's happening?
You could put it back, and then you look like a little Dutch boy.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
Hello, do you have any more? All right. Come along.
You just messed up your hair. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Can we talk about something other than trains and hats?
I believe that May doesn't subscribe. May, you...
Trifling.
Anyway. Choo-choo, mother... All right. Well, thank you, Randy.
Right.
And thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
And everyone else who donated, which is Randy and Kathy. Thank you.
And Teresa, too.
Oh, Teresa, thank you.
I think. All right, I've put the hat away.
All right, I don't know if I have an off hype train button.
What do you mean?
Are we still on the hype train?
Well, we don't want to restart it. Yeah, we're still on hype train. But only for 2 more minutes.
Yeah, that actually worked. I turned it off.
Oh.
Holy crap. A button worked.
That was fortuitous.
Oh, I want to hang it.
You know where that button didn't work? The Titan.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it all morning, just like off the air.
Off the air. Like this Titanic submersible is... If we're gonna talk about depressing things, I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Okay. That'll take the sting out of this.
Yeah, exactly. It'll make everybody feel better. So they're probably gonna die, which is unfortunate. Or they're already dead.
A lot of people say that.
Woohoo! Creepy music done. I can leave the headphones on.
Good. Well, we're gonna talk about creepy things.
That's
now,
creepy
Lindsay.
music.
We look for happy
music.
and fun.
Yeah.
All those rich people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they survive.
I feel bad. Like, just because they're rich doesn't mean they deserve to implode.
Yes. That's the thing, is like a life is a life is a life, right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much it's tragedy regardless.
I don't know if they were
But-
philanthropists or anything like
Yeah,
that. you know?
but it's I can see the irony in the whole thing
Yes.
of like, you know, most poor people on the Titanic died and the rich people were saved solely because of their status.
Were the rich people saved? I feel like the rich people died too.
No, there was plenty of rich people that died.
The
But
Titanic, always the great equalizer.
I don't believe it was.
No?
I believe that most third-class passengers
Well, oh yeah.
didn't
they
get
all
off
died.
the boat.
Yeah. That's because they died first.
Whereas the people that
Yeah.
got off the boat, most of them were rich.
Yeah, but not by design. It was purely by happenstance. Like,
Well, because all the third
because all
passengers
the
had
poor
already
people
drowned.
were down at the bottom. Yeah. And all the rich people just happened to be on top. But like
Right.
still a bunch of people had to die from them as well.
Sure.
So
like nobody's saying that. Yeah.
they weren't like, no. You get to the back of the boat.
right.
Like it was very much like everybody who was on the top of the boat got out. And it just so happened to be most of the poor people died under the boat.
right. And
So-
I mean, if we're going by the movie, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I haven't done enough Titanic research, but I've seen the movie, and so
Yeah.
like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, isn't it interesting
Yeah.
the kind of role reversal here? But
Choo choo. We got a new hype train.
Lori and Teresa going on their road trip tomorrow. How
Yeah.
exciting!
Yeah, that's exciting. All the way to Pride.
San
That'll be
Francisco,
fun.
hanging out with our San Francisco crew.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Are you guys all gonna hang out? The Frisco friends gonna...
The
Meet
Frisco
up?
friends. That's funny. Everything okay?
Yeah. My mom's sister texted me a picture. She usually doesn't. Yeah. It's about the Ninja Turtles. So
Ah,
it's exciting. There's a new movie. I believe it's a movie or a show coming out about the Ninja Turtles.
yeah.
We'll talk about that after the dead people. So the Submersible.
Yeah, it's just like everything that. So we were super interested in like what's it like inside,
Yeah.
and it's outrageous.
There's no way in hell you would have got me in there.
No way in hell.
Yeah.
No way in hell.
Let's see if I'll find some pictures of the hyperbaric chamber we were in, and that's basically what it was.
It's way bigger than the hyperbaric.
Is it
chamber.
way bigger?
Yeah, because 5 people can fit in it.
Well, yeah. Well,
but
us two fit
it's
in.
snug.
Yeah.
You know,
They said the size of a minivan.
I was shocked because it had one. You said it to me, and I was like, "What?" And I looked it up for myself. One window.
Yeah.
There's one porthole. I don't know what I was expecting.
All windows.
But I
That would've been-
imagined for $250,000
Yeah.
that like you'd have a seat. Number one,
Yeah.
you don't have a seat on this one.
Yeah, there's no
You're
seats,
just sitting
no
on the floor,
shoes.
cross-legged. You're not allowed to wear your shoes, which is wild. Why? Why can't you wear your shoes?
Well, because you're supposed to be comfortable. It was supposed to be an up and back trip.
Yeah,
Like,
it's supposed to be a 7-hour trip. So it's
Yeah.
supposed to be 2 hours down, a couple hours exploring, and then 2 hours back up.
I guess you don't need your shoes. Why would you want your shoes?
I don't know, in case my toes get chilly.
That's why you have socks.
Well,
But then you're like kicking around and everything, 'cause especially if you're cross-legged.
yeah,
Like,
I
you're
mean,
more comfy.
I imagine that probably it would be
Yeah.
a comfort thing, but like, the one porthole is outrageous to me. So you spend all this money,
Yeah.
and then like you have to kind of take your turn, I guess.
Yeah, but see, that's
To
the thing
see.
with all these things like this. Like, the graphics now like are so good
Right.
that if I wouldn't even be able to
Right.
tell if you just put me in a fake boat. We did the whole process,
Yeah.
and you put a video of what I would have seen that you pre-recorded right outside the porthole.
It's the
Like-
the feeling of being there.
I
Because
guess,
it's the
but you
same
can't
thing
even know
for
you're there.
space. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
you don't even know
But
you're
it's
there.
the act of going down and like seeing everything get darker
It's
because
the
they're
danger.
at the point where light can't reach.
Yeah.
It's pitch black.
Yeah, I know. And you have to turn on a light to see anything. So, I don't know. Like, it's just like I could see that on a video camera. Like, or
It's-
give me the new Apple stupid things, and
Yeah.
I can live it. So it's just
And-
like, yeah.
yeah, Electrifying says you couldn't have paid me enough. You couldn't have paid me enough.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. And I was trying to like I was talking about this with Nick today. It's like I don't understand the fascination of wanting to see something like this, because what are you doing with that knowledge as just a normal everyday lay person? Like if you're a scientist and you're going down there and you're studying, okay, the algae looks like it's this color or whatever, like I get that.
But even then, just shoot a video camera.
But like, yeah, right, exactly. But like, as a normal human being going down there, it's simply to say, I'm
went
part of an
there.
exclusive club
yeah.
that has seen the Titanic. And when are you going to say that? At a
So-
cocktail party?
yeah.
At your kid's school, maybe? Like, what does
Much
that do
money.
for you?
Yeah, it's a legacy thing.
It
Like
is,
with the
but
rich people. I
again-
know I'm not saying it's smart, but like with rich people, it's all about the legacy and the things. So they would be a part of
But
history.
what legacy, though?
The
like,
history.
There's no record book of all the people that have seen the
I
Titanic.
think there is. There's like
Not-
9.
Not like chiseled in stone somewhere. It's just your part. You can say
Yeah.
at a cocktail party that you saw the Titanic, and everyone goes, "Oh, how was that?" And you go, "It was wild."
I got into this tiny little boat, and you get to experience something that
You just get to say you did something, and
Yeah.
like to me, that's just not enough reason to do it. And again, like
you get bored when you get
you
rich.
spend your money on whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, like there was like adventurers and stuff. Like this might have been like the
For the
thing.
guy, yeah, one of the guys was like a super Titanic.
This is like their
obsessive,
thing,
yeah.
right? Like they love the Titanic. Like fine, whatever. I just at the end of the day, because I guess now I'm getting a lot of information. I don't know where, but like I guess there was a form that you had to fill out that was like, there's a chance that you could die on
Yeah,
this.
but then you could do
Like,
do
of
that on
course
a
that
roller
happens
coaster,
everywhere. But they were saying like, there's a very strong chance you could die on this, and people going, yup.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's-
just
yeah.
don't get it. I don't get space tourism. I don't get this kind of stuff. Titanic tourism. Like, I just.
Yeah, the only thing I would want to do, like, I would go to space, but I don't want to go to space. Well, I mean, in space it's different. Like, if I go to space, I'm weightless. Like, you can experience zero gravity, whether I get outside of the damn
Yeah.
booth or not. But I would love to go out into space like that. Not obviously not like this, but like with a suit on and like jump around on the moon. Like that would be cool. Obviously, it's never
Sure.
I know it's
We'd
never
all
gonna
love
happen,
to
but
jump around on the moon.
I know, but like, so that'd be cool. I might pay $250,000 for that if I was rich. If they're like, you get to go jump on the moon, I'd be like, let's go.
But it's one of those things that it's like money can't buy training. Like you shouldn't bounce around on the moon. You are not equipped to handle that.
I'm with
you
someone
are,
that
you
is.
are
though.
next to useless in an emergency.
Well, yeah, but you want to go whitewater rafting. You're not going to be trained for that. You're
Yes,
going to be
but-
with people who are trained for that. It's the
yes,
same.
but I mean, I'm not. Again, I'm not going down like level 10 rapids. I just want to
I
go
know.
down like a tiny little waterfall and go wee. And if I fall off, I'll hit my head and scratch myself.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst thing that's going to happen to me because I'm not doing the big off Niagara Falls type of crap.
You might one day.
Maybe, but like then I know like, well, I'm probably going to die on this. But like but also I'll have had the training.
Yeah.
I'll have gone through like there's no training. You don't go to astronaut school if you're bored one day. Like these are people
No, but
that
you
have
can
dedicated
train
their
for it.
lives to learning and
Yeah.
like are in the peak physical space condition to do this kind of stuff.
You can train for space. It takes a couple years, but like you can
You
train, go through
can.
the 0G training and
Sure, they
stuff like
did it
that.
with the one Elon crew. Like we
Sure.
watched the whole
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
documentary about like it was a bunch of random people and they each
Yeah.
learned a job
To
for
see
like
if you
2
can
or 3
handle it.
years.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay, fine. But it's like the tourism aspect of shooting William Shatner's ass up into space.
Yeah.
He's next to useless in an emergency.
Well, yeah, don't take him with you for an emergency. You bring the
I
people
just-
that, yeah.
Like, where do we, it's just, and again, I'm not saying this about the people on the Titanic because I don't think that they're the equivalent, but it brings up the fact that like, just because you have money does not make you an expert in anything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get you to the front of the line in terms of training. Like you still have to put in the work.
Yes,
It doesn't buy you front of the line passes for life.
But think about this. Like, if they had gone through 10 years of training, what would they still be able to do? You don't need the training
to go to space?
to go to
No,
to go down.
and that's
deep.
why I'm saying like
Yeah.
it's not entirely
But
transferable.
you don't need training to go to space either. Like, if 10 years of training isn't going to prepare me for an emergency explosion on the spaceship.
I get
Like
that.
that's what other people are there for. So like no matter how much training you go through, you still are never going to be prepared for what's it called? Like not an accident, but like an emergency.
I guess I would just want to know that my feeling is, hi Ginger, hi May, by the way.
Everybody.
I guess my feeling is I would like the training. Let's say I'm going to space because
Yeah.
it's a more accurate example. If I'm going to space and I'm going with a scientist and who's somebody that's prepared to do this and he or she has a stroke
Yeah.
and dies next to me, I want to have some knowledge where I can, first of all, get in touch with Houston.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm just looking at a bunch of buttons. I don't know which one to push.
They're
How am
probably
I-
listening. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, but like
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk back.
Yeah.
Like I want them to be like, hey, you know that green button that we went through in training? This is that thing that you're gonna have to press 3 times. And I go, okay, yeah, okay. Like I don't want
I
to. I don't want
guess.
on the job training.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, because even if you went up in space, let's say you go in space, the guy has a stroke. You have no idea what any of these buttons do. You're still connected to Houston. However, in this case where they lost communication, yeah, like then you would be screwed. Yeah, but they
Right.
could probably come get you. Like in this point, they can't come get you in the water, which
right.
is weird. We
But
can find people in space, but not in the
Okay,
water.
let's talk about the Titan now. So the Titanic. So by the way, Jennifer, hi.
Hi, Houston.
The issue is they're homemade little submersible controlled by a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, everyone brings up the controller.
Yeah.
And like honestly, in this our generation here and below, if you handed me a PlayStation controller or an Xbox controller, I could land some shit on the moon. Like we're so familiar with this controller system now that I think they're better equipped now with that controller than they are with like any other controller.
And I think that what Jennifer is saying is
It's just rinky dink.
it's that it's the hubris of it of
Yeah.
like it's a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
If it was plated in chrome and it didn't have the colorful buttons and it didn't say PlayStation on it, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a good controller."
Yeah.
Like, it's
did it
just
say
because-
PlayStation on it?
Yeah, because it's a gaming controller and they paraded it around going, "Look, we reconfigured it."
Yeah.
That's why people are like, "Okay, that's not what it's
douchey,
meant for."
yeah.
But I mean, a controller is a controller, right?
Yeah.
I mean, regardless. But it's the idea of that they paraded it as like, look what we could do.
Yeah, that seems to
So like I get
yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah.
But
They-
if it was all black, would you be like, oh, well, that's a rinky-dink controller? You probably wouldn't.
no, you make it
you-
black and chrome and make it
yeah.
interesting. They said that they wanted to make it easy as possible to control,
Yeah.
but to not have it be so simple, it's wild. I know. I guess it's not explaining myself.
No,
no, you're fine.
I
Yeah.
totally get what you're explaining because it did. They're like, push this to go forward, push this to go back.
Yeah, like,
But I guess that's all you
instinctual.
need.
Yeah, it's instinctual for me. If you give me a PlayStation controller, again, I can land some shit on the moon.
But
like-
but going back to my,
But to be like, no, I stole this from a PlayStation.
yeah, like
Didn't
it's
build a controller that has PlayStation-like capabilities.
right.
Yeah.
It's very much like the arrogance of the parading around, going,
Are we talking about them geniuses who wanted to see Titanic up close? Yeah.
okay, so
I feel bad that no one gives a shit about these people.
I give a shit. Like I don't want them to die,
Yeah.
but you have to look at like all the facts.
Yeah.
The facts are that there was safety concerns before they went down, that former crew members were like, I think people are going to die on this. And they
Yeah.
were like, nah.
That's the owner's fault though. Like as a billionaire, I go in assuming that you've done this research.
Yeah,
Like-
but then you're the
I
asshole
know.
too, because you can't go to,
But, like,
to just assume that I see it's a tin can with one tiny porthole.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. Like, how
I
to have
mean-
you feel like you have disregard for your life. Like, I would have 1,000 questions.
I guess, but if I went to like even Elon Musk, I guess I would say like if I went to SpaceX and they were like, "All right, you're gonna get in the ship, you're gonna shoot you up," I wouldn't be like, "Well, are you sure the hull is capable of withstanding the pressure
You
of space?"
wouldn't?
No, because
You
I
would
was like,
just
I
be-
figured
you'd
you
sit
know
your
what the hell
happy
you're
ass
doing.
down and you'd be like, when do we go?
Yeah, pretty much.
You
Yeah.
would just
It's
take
like I
it
get
as
on.
surface value?
Well, so when you get in a car and a bus, I assume that this bus has airbags. Like I'm assuming
Yeah,
that we're
because
gonna
you
be
know how to
safe.
bus. You know how a bus works. You don't know
Yeah,
how a rocket
But
or a
I would
sub
imagine they
works.
wouldn't let it go to space if it wasn't prepared for space. Whereas in this case, it wasn't prepared for deep.
But this-
but like this is your job. The whole thing was to have
I'm
this
just
ready
a
to go.
passenger here. No,
Yeah.
I mean, but this goes back so full circle to my idea of training. So they're saying that there's 7 different ways that it could rise to the surface.
Yeah.
I want to know how to do all of them
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Like I want to have some training here so that if my guy strokes out and dies with the Xbox
Yeah.
controller clutched to his chest,
Yeah.
I want to be able to rip it off and be like, "All right,
Yeah.
here's what we're gonna do, guys." Like,
Yeah, I'd like some sort of safety
I
training.
don't want to
but
just
yeah,
be
I
like,
don't need
"Oh
to-
well, crap." You
Thank
know
for
what
the
I mean?
follow,
Like
by the way,
that's
Jennifer. We appreciate it.
yeah.
Kind of like the safety concerns that were brought up before the Challenger.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that whole Challenger thing was just
I wouldn't get in something that I didn't even have a seat to sit in. Yeah.
right.
Limited oxygen, hard pass. Too many people with an ish ton of hot air. Again, I'm smart enough to know I'd take up too much.
Yeah,
The movie was
I'd
great.
start hyperventilating. They'd have to kill me so I could conserve some air.
Yeah, well, the thing, what did we learn?
Okay,
Oh,
so-
yeah, they had to starve themselves before they went
That's
on.
another thing.
Yeah.
So like I was looking I went to the website. Okay? The
Yeah.
whatever the company name is. I have it still up here. It's the oceangate.com or whatever.
Simple.
So it says that before going on this Titanic trip, because there's one toilet and it's not like prepared to handle 5 people's excrement for 9 days.
Yeah,
It's
drop a deuce
prepared for
before you get on the boat.
Yeah, it's like hold it. We'll be there for 7 hours type of thing. But in case you need it. So they weren't prepared for this.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, hey, before you go on this trip, limit your food and water before you get on. So that way you don't have any like issues in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So the people got on probably
Without-
a little peckish, a little dehydrated.
Yeah, you're going to be on for
Because
7
they're like,
hours?
I don't want to pee in front of everybody. I'm just
Yeah.
going to like skip water. I'm not going to eat because I don't want to have to poop in front of anybody. That would be
Yeah.
embarrassing. So there's limited food and water on the board.
Yeah. So you're.
So you go in at a disadvantage.
Yeah, so what's going to get you, basically? You're going to starve. You're going to run out of oxygen. You're going to implode. Like, I hope it was implosion.
I hope it was
Like,
implosion.
If they do somehow make it to the surface and then they die on the surface, I would be very upset. Like I would that would suck.
Yeah, because you're sitting there bobbing, but you still have less.
Yeah,
on,
like you're
don't
like
have
we're
enough-
up there, just find us. Like come find us, but they can't open the door.
Yeah.
I would rather have just imploded than to just like
the most
find.
humane thing is the implosion.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking at like what happens when a thing implodes,
Yeah,
and it's like it's like crushing a tin can, but like really fast.
yeah,
And most experts agree that you would hear like of the metal,
yeah,
and then you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Like there wouldn't be like water pouring in and having this like, terrified moment of like, oh my god, I'm gonna
yeah.
die.
You wouldn't slowly.
You'd go,
yeah,
what's that? And by the time you finish your sentence, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
And like
you'd be
that's
crushed.
the
yeah.
most humane thing, because
yeah,
if they're sitting stuck on, because another thing is they could be stuck on the Titanic. If they're
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
on the Titanic and that's why they can't rise to the surface and they run out of oxygen, like that is the most horrific death I've ever heard in my life.
yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't know if that's one of the bad ways to go. Like, I think running out of oxygen,
Eventually you're gonna fall
you
asleep.
fall asleep.
But it's
right?
the
Yeah.
terror leading up to
But
it.
yeah, exactly. And then you can breathe heavy.
Because you're like, oh, I'm gonna die here.
yeah.
You know, it's
What if they did all this to take all the world's elites and just slowly rid them one by one? No one would notice it was a murder attempt.
good God. It's
Play with
dark.
ghosts. 99%
Look,
imploded. Yeah.
It's dark on TikTok, and like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I
yeah.
haven't laughed at some of the really like ironic stuff. Like just because they're billionaires doesn't mean that they need to die and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like it's fine.
It's fine.
You know, like I see the irony in it. I know why people are making fun of it or whatever. And like I saw a comment that made me kind of laugh. It was like Gen Z does not know the term too soon.
Yeah.
Because it's like it has not even been resolved. Like we have not even found them yet, and younger kids are already making fun of it.
Yeah.
And like I appreciate a good laugh. It's funny. Like we use humor to deal with emotions for
100%,
sure.
yeah.
100%. There's
That's
definitely
my-
some things I've laughed
My
at.
wheelhouse.
But like holy crap, like what a crazy thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, again, I
just
hope for implosion.
You hope for implosion,
Yeah.
which means then that it was not properly maintained and properly serviced. And then it's like, it goes back to, like, I don't want anything man-made.
What do you mean?
I just, like, I don't know. Like, what were we talking about the other day where I was just like, well, a human was involved, so I don't want to do it. It's, I don't know.
we talked about AI building stuff, right? Or doctors.
Doctors, yeah.
AI doctors, whatever. Like, you'd rather have an AI doctor work on you.
I'd rather have an AI doctor than a regular doctor because it's like humans are just, they just make too many mistakes.
Well, yeah, people are people.
Like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Jess is dark humor, darker than the bottom of the ocean too soon.
Yeah.
Jesus. No,
These kids are immune to emotions. Yeah.
Like there's like a thing going on TikTok.
Yeah, is it dark? Is it dark in the sub?
Yes. It's pitch black.
Well, no, but it's dark in the ocean. But like, is it dark in the sub?
I'm sure
assuming there's power, the lights are on. But if
there's a monitor.
There's no power,
there's a monitor in the back.
yeah.
So there's a screen, like a computer screen.
Because you couldn't probably see anything if there was lights on. So you could probably turn the lights off.
So imagine you turn all the lights off in your room.
Yeah.
And you blackout curtains and stuff, and then you have two computer screens.
Yeah.
That's what
but if the power's on. But if the power went out, and that's one of the things, then yeah.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? Because they're at a depth where it's pitch black in the ocean.
Yeah.
Could you fucking imagine how terrifying that would be?
Yeah,
to be just floating there in complete darkness.
Yeah, and
you can't stretch out. You can't
Yeah, I'm assuming
your back's like this the whole time.
And there's 7 different ways that they could they
come to the surface.
Resurface.
Yeah.
Without power.
Right.
According to like the people that know the thing. So there are ways for them to have gotten to the surface.
Unless they're snagged on something. Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like
it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's the stuff of nightmares.
But I mean, and like I was talking about this with you, and I guess I still don't quite understand. If it imploded, like wouldn't we have seen debris?
I don't know.
Because probably there's airbags and stuff on it. Like
but it would have crushed it like a tin can.
Yeah.
And then that would have sank to the bottom.
Nothing would have floated. It wouldn't break apart.
You may have seen a bubble of the oxygen, but there would have been an explosion, and then everything would just sink to the bottom so they're part of the Titanic now.
Good God.
We have self-driving cars. I'm surprised that the feature of this machine doesn't self-drive itself to the top when there's an issue. Yeah. It might have been in the wreckage, imploded and stuck. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a religious, and I'm not a supernatural type of person, but like, what would be the effing odds that it sunk right where the Titanic sunk?
Yeah. Self-driving cars have their own issue. The Coast Guard has searched so much of the surface, I just don't think they're up there. That's the thing. Like, and there's so much surface though. Like,
there's so much surface.
It's this big.
Yeah, but
on a big ass ocean. So,
but they have a radius. I mean, there's only so far it could drift.
I don't know. In 2 hours, because they lost contact about an hour and 45 minutes under.
Right.
Which is like 10,000 feet or something like
that. By that point, they were nearing the Titanic, which is getting to implosion level.
Yeah. So like, if they came back to the surface, however slowly, or they're in the process of getting back to the surface, because you have to do it. I don't know if you have to do it slow. I would imagine, right? You have to do it slow from that depth, even though you're pressurized. Like, I don't know. I guess that's something else.
I don't know.
Because the ship still has to be pressurized as it goes up.
It can't just like rise up really fast.
Yeah, it can't just be like drop all the weights and go.
Yeah. No, it has to be.
With the technology we have now, how the F do you not have a radar or sonar to detect many? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They have radar and sonar, and they're hearing some banging. And so it's
Well, and like that's because everyone's like, "Yay, they're hearing banging." To me, that's the most terrifying thing. They're stuck. You can't get to them. They're very much alive.
Yeah.
They very much like to be rescued now, but you cannot find them.
Yeah.
But the ocean is full of weird noises. But this is happening at 30-minute intervals.
Which still, you never know.
You never know.
If you can detect a missile, well, the missile's moving, and it's near the surface most likely. The sub is unfathomably deep.
Colleen says, why wasn't it painted Coast Guard or a chopper orange?
That's true. I would have been a small little thing. Like, can we? It doesn't really matter. Can we paint it orange? Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Under the ocean doesn't matter.
How about just the
Let's
roof
paint
of
it
it
orange.
orange?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Let's paint it orange, just in case. Just orange as shit.
Just write help me on it.
Yeah.
Just in case.
And just like have naturally blinking lights that are LED that run themselves. Like just at night so you can see me. Like just as like a safety. You never know.
I just can't imagine knowing the risks and going, yeah, I'll go see a ship.
Yeah, is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Glow in the dark paint. Glow in the dark paint.
Glow in the dark paint. I'm sure it chips off of the ocean.
Even if it like
I'm sure there's like a reason for it, but like
yeah, well, I guess if it's glow in the dark paint and you go under, then fuck it, glow in the dark paint. So what? The people in Titanic are gonna care.
It's
like,
not being lit by the sun, so it's not gonna glow.
Well, if you get it up, if it started up there at the sun, then
I know, but it's been 3 days.
But then when it comes back up, the sun will hit it, and then at night it'll glow.
Crack one of your light sticks and shake it and see if it works for 3 days.
Well, I know, but like it absorbs the sun and then glows again at night. So I don't know.
I was meaning more for the surface.
Yeah.
No, we know what you mean.
Yeah, paint neon orange. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what paint does to it, like, at that depth. Does it chip
painted
off?
Something. It's painted white, so.
I mean, there's stuff that they're still finding from the Titanic that has like prints and stuff on it. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you paint it right, it's fine. Like. But
there's
I mean,
just so many things that could go wrong.
It's all very hindsighty, though. Like it's all like, oh yeah, I guess we probably should have done that.
No, but it's not hindsighty. If you're taking this risk, there should be no hindsight. Safety concerns before this happened.
Yeah.
And when they tested it before, it lost power.
Yeah.
And like, thankfully, the land control was able to like keep monitoring it, but the people inside the sub didn't have any control, and they were rescued.
Yeah. So
and then
that's
you're
another
like,
thing.
Yeah,
like,
let's do it again.
Have they not been watching it the whole time? Is that the other thing? Like. Because you imagine that if you're up, someone's at the top of the boat. Like, you got to come up somewhere, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be someone in the boat up top monitoring the whole descent. They're just communicating. They're not actually monitoring, which I would have been like, you're going to watch us go down, right, this whole time? Because then they wouldn't have lost them. If they lost power, they're like, that's the last location I saw them in because I was watching them the whole time. But in this case, they're like, no, he just texted me. Like, it's going to be fun.
Well, I think what the problem is that, at least this is from what I'm gathering, if this is incorrect, somebody please like correct me, is that yes, they know the last known spot that they saw them, but
I don't think they do.
I think they do, because I think that they like said like we lost contact here.
Yeah, we lost contact, like but audible, like the signal.
Okay,
they didn't lose visual. Like, I don't think they had visual.
But the other issue is that they were down so far that we cannot, like, go and see if they're there. Like, we don't have the capabilities of just, like, going down there.
We should have some sort of robot.
Why shouldn't we?
Yeah, we definitely have robots that can do that. Like,
Yeah.
there's something that can go down there and look. Like, they're too deep to get to. Long-ass rope.
That's what I thought. Longassrope.com.
Just for safety, long-ass rope.
Long-ass
I'm
rope.
going to take this long-ass rope, and on top, there's going to be a buoy.
I'm gonna market this to everybody, even when you go to space. Long-ass rope.
Long-ass rope. They do. They're too deep to
The
get
dad that took his son, horrible. Well, that's what I keep saying, Colleen. I'm like, I don't know what his situation is, if there's a mom or if there's a wife or anything, but like, imagine like losing your husband and your son like immediately.
There's one window.
There's one window. It's a porthole.
It's a porthole. So technically, it's not really a window. But yeah.
And again, for $250,000, I want that shit. I want it to be the Willy Wonka elevator from, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to see everything.
According to one of the people that worked there, is that the window, the porthole, was only made of glass that was pressurized to 1,300 meters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And like, it's going 4,000 meters down. So it's like, it could 100% be the window that cracked because it couldn't take it wasn't built for the pressure. So, Jesus, man. This is why when I went to the ocean, I snoobed instead of scoobed.
You snoobed?
Snoobed instead of scoobed. I had a tether. Yeah.
I don't want to even do that.
I don't want
to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not meant to go there.
We just lost a mom and a daughter from our theater community. Tesla crash. Oh, that sucks.
Why were they doing the self-driving stuff? Again, like, just drive your own damn car, man. Like, we're having too many issues.
I would love it.
Made by humans.
I would love it for traffic. Sure. But other than that, I'm not driving anywhere. Yeah. So what was Plan B?
They had a bunch of plans, but like,
there was a bunch of ways to get back.
I don't know if there was a lot of contingency plans for absolutely everything. It felt very much like, well, that'll never happen.
Yeah, just to
You
show
know?
you like how much the government isn't as advanced as we think it is. Like you'd think that we'd have something to go and check on these people, but we don't. So, hey, John Casey, by the way, good to see
I
you.
wonder. I mean, we've got to have
We've got to have
something.
something. There's radar, and they're fine. They're using the radar. You know, like they can map the bottom of an ocean now. Like get
Yeah,
that,
but that doesn't mean they
getting
can go
that boat,
down. Yeah.
like that's probably a specific boat. Like getting that boat near there is going to take days. You know,
Yeah, because
like
it's like you immediately go, well, James Cameron took a boat way
Yeah.
farther than the Titanic down. Like, why don't they just send his ass?
send James Cameron.
But it's like, I don't know if that's been decommissioned. And again, like it takes safety protocols. Like I'm not just hopping in a boat that has been used in 10 years.
Yeah.
You got to be out of your damn mind.
Or they do, and they don't want to reveal their capabilities. Who knows? Yeah.
Oh,
Here
he
comes
said,
never.
He says, you think that the Navy would have, oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Here comes never, nevering like it's never before.
Yeah. I know it was 20 years ago.
Yeah. And so we should be able to like, again, I've seen robots do it. Like they have a little robot submersible that can go down. But I don't know how long that takes. It takes 2.5 hours
All
to get down
right,
there.
give me a second because I've got, they've got to be, how are they searching for the submarine? That's the number one thing in Google. Okay. What to know? I don't need to know. Okay, I need to know about the search. Like, what have they done so far? Coast Guards.
Comb in the desert.
We ain't found
shit.
Where's Bruce Willis? Oh, wait, that was an asteroid. And too soon. Bruce Willis wouldn't even know where he was.
Oh,
I know, but that's what it is.
He knows where he is, I think.
I don't know if he does.
I don't know if he does anymore.
I don't know if he does. Poor Bruce Willis.
Poor Bruce Willis. Yeah, I heard he was a dick.
I heard he was a massive a-hole. But he looked like he loved his family.
Yeah.
And he had a great relationship with Debbie Moore, so I'm not going to put anything against him.
Yeah. Is there search and rescue dolphins?
Yeah, but strap a laser to that dolphin.
Get down there.
Get a flashlight.
A little flashlight lamp on
Go
its head.
find it.
Go, dolphin,
Slap
go.
it on its
Dolphins
fin and
don't go that
go,
low.
buddy, go.
Dolphins don't go that low.
Why can't another sea marine go down there and look for them? The Navy can charge the company for the cost and put them out of business. Well, that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm trying to find, like, what have they done other than comb the surface?
Yeah, like, I don't think we have submarines just lying around for them to, like, go out. So, like, our subs are probably near places that they need to be in case shit goes down. So, like...
Is anyone off
our
the
subs
coast
can't
of
go that
Cuba?
deep? Really?
Really?
Where's our Navy friend? Angelica, where the hell are you?
Angelica, help us.
Come reveal. Oh.
What?
Waiting for Angelica.
Oh.
Yeah, so how is it searching?
I'm looking right now. Okay, so they said deep diving robotic equipment is now searching the water in the last known location of the submersible. Other private resources are on the way. That's the thing, is like getting them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
to the place.
They've got all these. There's like 3 machines in the whole world that can do it, and they're all like somewhere else. So
They're oh geez. Okay, so this is hella dark, and I don't necessarily approve of it, but holy shit, is it dark? So somebody on TikTok has an oxygen like counter because apparently they are set to run out of oxygen at 6 a.m. on Thursday. So somebody has like a countdown up on TikTok, and I was just like, oh god, that's dark.
And well, I mean, it's letting you know like but our subs go down 3,000 meters. They're like 15,000. Well, they're 15,000 feet, which is, I don't know how many meters is that. I don't know. Someone do the math. Hey Siri.
Okay, hey guy.
How many meters is 13,000 feet? 13,000 feet is 3,962.4 meters. There you go.
So Angelica, do we have? You're a Navy buddy. So, do we have the capability of going down that far?
Do our submarines?
Yeah, can we
go
find
down
this
deep?
missing submarine?
Yeah.
So, let's see here.
Yeah, I know that it's hard to get to the Titanic. Like clearly, if we could get there, we probably
Obviously.
would have sent a bunch of things. But like, I know that we definitely have the capability somewhere to get there. So,
in the event of a catastrophic problem, the Titan safety system is supposed to slowly resurface it. It might have not happened as crews have searched about 10,000 square feet of ocean surface. The Bahamian research vessel Deep Energy arrived at the scene at 7 a.m. Tuesday and began remotely operating vehicle operations.
Okay.
So the
like
wreckage is 13,000 feet below surface. They says, I'm not super optimistic. It's a very difficult problem. If it's on the seafloor, things get a lot more difficult. There's not really an efficient way to survey the seafloor and find it.
Straight from the Navy, I don't fucking know.
Great. Well, great. Thanks so much.
I don't know.
Can't you make a call or something?
Yeah, don't you know people still?
Why haven't you found the submarine, Angelica?
Angelica, I know that you're retired from the Navy for several years now, but why aren't you in
Jesus, just
communication?
sitting around.
We have the technology to find it. We don't have the capability to mobilize what we need prior to running out of oxygen. That is the reality.
And like the scramble to try to get all of this done. You know, you think that in an emergency, the government goes, whatever you need.
Yeah, but they're like,
But
who are these people?
I don't think they go, whatever you need.
We know
It
the
takes
government
3
runs
days to
programs.
get somebody to call me back from the city of Vancouver where we live.
Yeah, we know that government-run programs operations are not the most
Exactly.
effective. That's a good point.
Exactly.
So, either way, like,
Okay,
I hope it was quick. Like, I hope it was quick. I hope that they're just crushed and at the bottom of the ocean now. Like that's the best case scenario, unfortunately, unless they can find them alive.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. If the Titan can be found, some experts suggest an underwater robot could be used to hook it up to a cable and hoist it to the surface.
Okay.
Big ass rope.
Big ass rope. Right, Sean said.
Sean, on top of
the big ass rope.
everything, prophetic Sean.
Yeah.
Much of the gear needed to attempt a rescue 2.5 miles deep is on its way. Military cargo planes are loading up with privately owned deep-sea submersibles, and the U.S. Navy is sending a deep-sea salvage rig. However, it could get them days to get them positioned in the North Atlantic. And there you go.
So we may find them, but not before they run out of oxygen.
I mean, even
we have the capability, just
it's
not
the mobilization.
I mean, the only hope that I have
2.5 mile long rope.
Yeah, it's a big ass rope. The only reason I could see this being a priority is because there are a couple billionaires on board.
Like, you know what I mean? With
like if it was
me
them. And you,
they would
and like 3 other people,
they'd be like, "Oh, thoughts and prayers."
Like, I don't know. It gets here when it gets here. Like, just send it on a boat. Like, we'll just. They're already recovering.
Those are
bodies.
the risks.
Yeah, they're already recovering bodies. They're only looking for bodies for us.
Exactly.
Like, they're like, oh well, I mean, I guess we'll just find the bodies. I believe they're actively searching for these 2 billionaires. Like, they have to be. Like, they're billionaires.
Again, like,
it's sad as it is. They're more important than I am. Like,
yeah, I mean, they are more important than we are.
I noticed that no one's talking about the other people on there.
I don't know.
They're like, oh my God, these billionaires. So like, there's a dude on there that just likes the Titanic, and no one gives a shit about.
He's also a billionaire.
Is he a billionaire?
Yeah, the passengers are all billionaires in the Sun.
Well,
so there's 2 billionaires in the Sun.
Yeah,
and then there's 2 crew members that are not billionaires.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no one's talking about the crew members.
No one cares.
What about
the
Johnny? They're like, screw Johnny. The billionaires
They're
down
like,
there.
Yeah. Hopefully they can use Jennifer as a flotation device. Help me, I'm poor.
Poor. They don't care.
So again, like, I don't want it. I kind of disagree with you, because like, look what happened with like Malaysian Air. Like, they
didn't find shit.
I know they didn't find shit, but they looked.
But there was no billionaire on board. Is what I'm saying.
I know, but
if there was 2 billionaires on the Malaysian. Yeah, if there was 2.
It's like they looked.
They didn't though. Not if there were. Not like they would have looked if there were 2 billionaires on board.
Well, maybe I'll get that. I don't know.
Like, there's a billionaire on board. Like, call the military.
Drain the ocean.
We've got to we got to find him.
Oh,
he owes me money for my campaign.
Stop.
I know.
I'm sure the families have also paid for crazy private rescue operations for this too. Who knows? That's
sure.
what I thought too. I was like, there's no way that those
families.
families.
The government went to them like, well, this is going to cost it. We want to look for him now. And they're like, all right.
Well,
fine.
and like, we haven't mentioned this, but like the stepson of the guy, of one of the billionaires, went to a Blink-182 concert the other night and like posted on Facebook like, I know my dad's missing or whatever, but he knows how much I love Blink-182 and he wouldn't want me to miss this. And I was just like,
damn, bro.
As like the amount of self-awareness that you have is in the negative.
Pull the plug on the ocean.
Yeah.
I think this is a ploy to take out the world elite.
Everyone take out your hoses. We're going to refill the ocean.
The submersible is called Ocean Gate. Yeah, I know. That should have been a red flag right there. Things that end with the gate. That's interesting.
Somebody on TikTok was like, Ocean Gates already sounds like a
scandal.
A scandal. Yeah. That's what he said. A scandal.
What are they doing with all that money? It goes back to the banks and governments. Yeah. Hashtag Ocean Gate 2023.
God, I don't want to laugh at it. Like,
well, I mean, that's the sun, though.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
the Blink-182.
I love Blink-182.
He would have wanted this for me. Like, how could you even go and have a good time?
What's my age again?
He's like, all right, now I guess.
What's the age of your brother at?
I'll start worrying about it, I guess, now. Now that Travis Barker's off stage.
Yeah. They didn't even sing my favorite song. This is a travesty.
He probably had VIP tickets. He wasn't going to get those.
That's true.
meet and greets.
It was in the you're in the little tower. What's the little
rich
row?
people area.
Yeah, what's the box? You're in a box seat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's assuming they're at a stadium.
Yeah,
so never mind.
I don't
They're
think
just in
there's box seats.
the closer seats.
All
right.
Excuse me. Good Lord, this got really, really dark. All right.
Sorry.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll keep you posted 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What?
No, it's just like I hate the clicking clock aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's like if they're not dead already, they will be by 6:01 tomorrow. You know, it's just like such an icky, yucky feeling. Yeah, he was on the floor. I know. He was.
So's your dad.
The ocean floor.
Yeah.
We all got tickets to something. God damn. Pardon my language.
This is why you don't come to us for tragedies.
I know.
Like, we're not the people.
I came in this morning and I was like, I'm not going to say anything like even
Dark?
remotely dark about this.
Yeah.
This is a tragedy. Like, oh my gosh, these are people's lives, and here we are.
And you hit on TikTok for 5 minutes. You're like, oh, I guess it's funny.
Oh my God.
I guess it's funny. Show one of the dancing.
I mean, again, I don't want
to go out with a bang.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Betty's glad he skipped that trip for the concert. That's 100%.
Oh my God.
Like, you want to go down to the ocean? He's like, no.
Nah.
I got a Blink 182 concert that weekend.
God. Hold on a second.
Third class Titanic ghosts upon realizing the submersible was full of first class only.
It's so dark. But I laugh every time. But
Humor
I also
does heal
love
the
Bill
soul.
Hader.
Yeah.
Good God.
Jesus. What about them UFOs in Vegas, man? I don't even care.
We'll get to the aliens tomorrow.
All right, we're leaving.
All right, goodbye.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right, bye-bye.
Only Catherine's here, but I'll do it anyway.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes!
Bye.
Bye.